Welcome to Analytics Are For the Nerds, a comedy Dynasty football podcast. Mitch McConnell might be dead, and Tony Romo got hit in the head. Stay tuned for a great show.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy?
I will say all I wanted for my birthday was one of those things where
big booty. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Ryan apparently has a dog. He knows all about it. I don't know.
Muffin?
We've
How's
never
Muffin
seen it,
doing?
heard of it.
Yeah. Is your dog in a cage right now? Probably.
I can't wait. You know what I imagine with Ryan's dog is it's like the fucking bird from Dumb and Dumber. He's just dragging like a dead dog on a leash. He's just like,
what? Why?
Good boy. I don't know. We've never seen
a girl dog.
It's
It's fluffy. It's probably like a Maltese or a little cockapoo or something cute. Long live Dolly Parton.
Hold on, I gotta look up how she
Is not
is.
you're looking? Wait, do you not know who Dolly Parton is?
No, I know who she is. I'm just trying to see what she looks like now.
She's still with us?
No, I want to see what she looks like now because like 10 years ago I would have. Oh, I still would. 100% still would. Absolutely. How old is she? She's got to be like 80, right? Are you judging me? I can't see you because I'm looking at Google.
Let me see.
Oh, you're judging. You know, usually I take I let these opens run for like a couple months before I change them. I think with that one specifically, I am going to have to cut to a few weeks because Ryan said the dog's really old. I don't want to run it the week that, is maybe too late. And so
I love how, well, wait a second. First of all, you're running like an intro video and you're like with Ryan Muir and I'm just sitting there. I haven't said a word and you're just like, where is your dog? Where is it? This dog doesn't exist. And then I was thinking, all right, maybe Louis playing this now because he's going to cut in the clip from last week, the adorable clip. I'm holding the dog on. No, not even there. All right. Yeah, that's got to go. Let me at least be speaking. Jesus.
It is great.
Penn and Teller. You are, I think, Teller, the one that doesn't speak. So it's fine. Poor Ryan. I know you talk all day. We're just trying to give you the night off. That's what we're doing.
Well, every podcast needs an AJ Hawk. So that's me.
How is Fluffy doing?
Fluffy, it's Vita. She's great. She's doing great.
My favorite. Listeners, Ryan has a dog who we made up her name and we like such a good dog. She doesn't bark. Mine are just constantly snoring in the background. Louis' cats will walk on his keyboard and touch his microphone. My life is so structured that we didn't even know he had a dog for 17 years. It's the best. We're so happy. I'm glad she made her debut last week, and maybe she'll be on the intro one day. But hello, gentlemen. How are we doing?
I mean, Ryan.
Hey, yeah.
Ryan. I feel like I knew what Ryan's weekend was like, so I didn't want to overstep. I mean, my week's been good and doing well, but I think Ryan had a pretty good weekend.
Yep. Yeah, had a really fun weekend of golf. Firestone, thanks to Mac for that. And I mean, it was incredible. Got to play a lot of golf where Tiger Woods and all the best golfers have played. So it was really, really special, fun experience. So
amazing. I just now, as you said, your friend name is Mac. I just picture like all of your friends are make believe, like Brian Murrah, and then Mac is like one of the Burger King like competitive.
I just start watching like Always Sunny, and I just start like pretending that I have friends like it's like Mac and D. It's like then you start catching on that every single one. It's like, wait, he's friends with Charlie, D, Mac, and Frank. I mean, that seems a bit suspicious.
Ryan was like in the Monkeys. It's the best. Well, I'm glad you had a great golfing week. And how many holes did you
between Friday night when I got there just in time to finish a quick 9, I got 63 in between Friday night and Sunday morning. So a lot of golf, but I'm a sicko, so I love it. I'd play that every weekend if I could. And also if I wouldn't, have no time for anything else, but it was fun.
Which club did you use most?
I think it would have to be the putter, right? I mean, you're going to be taking at least 2 or 3 strokes with the putter on every hole. So I'd say that one.
All right, that checks out. So, and then Louis, did you rescue horses or anything fun and hippie like this weekend?
No, hippie life was I don't even know what I did this weekend, so obviously it wasn't as no hippie, no horses, no farms, just I've been tearing apart my house for 5 days, so that's been I get there is a feeling as an ADHD person when you do walk into a clean room that you probably haven't had clean in a really long time, and there is a good feeling that you get, and then it's immediately followed by the fear of knowing within weeks it's going to look like it did 3 weeks before that. So it's a very roller coaster thing, but we're getting through. We're going to at least try to keep it somewhat normal.
Appropriate. Anything weird you found?
My ex-wife's fake wedding ring that she used to wear when she awkwardly would wear that. She would put that on while she was like doing dishes and housework. Which is weird, but so that was like we found that in a cup somewhere. A ton. I just toys everywhere. As a 5-year-old, Brian, you probably know. I just legitimately have been dragging toys out by like the bag the last few days. I think that's probably the weirdest thing. I'll remember something else probably before the end of the show.
I was figuring you're gonna say my wife's fake wedding ring, and it's like this. It's her going out ring, and it was like this big, massive ring. Those are dishes ring.
Or it was a ring that just like had engraved "I'm single." Just that was...
It says like 69, and it's like Aquarius. And you're like, so weird.
Oh, I hate when you wear that ring. I hate it.
We get it. You're Gemini. I don't know. Okay. So let's get into everything and nothing. And friends, if you are new or coming back and listening, this is where I talk about anything that sounds exciting to me in pop culture. Sometimes it's sports related, other times it's not. But we're going to go sports this week. Okay. So, gentlemen, did you see what the Nashville Predators are selling? Did you see this this exciting T-shirt? Which get ready for your for the orders to go up, Nashville. The Nashville Predators are selling a shirt that is benefiting the National Predators Foundation, which provides in the last few years over $4 million in direct cash and in-kind contributions distributed to Middle Tennessee community organizations annually. And on this shirt, it's yellow. It says "Preds in the community." Preds in the community. That's short for Predators in the community. That's what it says. It is real. I'm not joking. It's yellow and there's black writing. So the shirt says Preds in the community. That too can be yours. They are ready to be shipped and it's included in the price. So just so you know, that is available now. Yep, that's real.
Dude, that is so funny.
Yeah, if you want to be a Predator in the community, it can be yours for just about $30. So, yeah.
Do you think that like after printing those, they also like had to ship out like a disclaimer to put on the back of the T-shirt, which just like I'm supporting Middle Tennessee communities.
Hashtag not registered. Yeah.
When there's a big bust in that and they don't sell enough because of that controversy, they should make everybody on the sexual offender list have to wear one daily. That has to be their shirt when they go out in the neighborhood.
That's their donated clothes and they get to finally go back home, right? Lovely though. So that's fun. Congrats to Tennessee. And I think they're one of the lowest educated states. So that's weird. Okay. So let's see. What do we have? We have very big news. The cute guy on TV got arrested. Could be just about anyone or our dear, not quite friend of the show yet, Tony Romo, everyone. Tony Romo arrested on DUI in Milwaukee County. We saw the great video, right? You guys saw the video. You saw the photos of him. What do you got, Ryan, as our podcast lawyer? What do you got?
I know I'm always asked to give my perspective from the like the resident lawyer's perspective, but truthfully, that is like not what I was thinking about with this video. I mean, I just think it's incredible. I all of last season was just cringing every time Tony Romo was, broadcasting. I feel like he had lost his charm. When he started, I felt like he was really interesting and he would predict the plays and it was fun. And then it kind of ran its course. But man, I'm fully back on board with Tony Romo after that video, man. That guy is great. And what a terrible job by that police department, really just the one officer. But I mean, she was on a mission and there was nothing that was going to change her mind by the time he got back to do the field sobriety test. So yeah, I mean, good for him. I mean, he also apparently was like very transparent with CBS, like right after it happened, and like called them, let him know. Obviously he knows how he looks in the video. He does not appear to be intoxicated in any way. So yeah, I mean, I feel, it was interesting to see. So, it seems like that's going to get resolved pretty quickly, as it should.
A lawyer question. If I get pulled over, or if one gets pulled over in the car, are you allowed to, before you're even questioned, are you allowed to then take a phone call to your attorney while you're being questioned?
Well, let's give all the, so this is not legal advice, number one. And the second answer it depends. It depends on, I mean, you see how it is. There's different treatment for different people, right? I mean, Tiger Woods was able to call the president when he got into an accident, and, others, I mean, should you be allowed to make a call? Yes, you should be allowed to make a phone call or call your attorney. To ask for advice as to whether you should give consent to, that's more of a, arguable basis there. But, I think he did everything right in that situation and was trying to comply and did comply, up until she wanted to do a breathalyzer. So,
yeah. And he stressed before his walk. I love that. Louis, what do you got?
Well, that's what I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, is he okay? I saw that part of the video. I was so confused. I was like, wow, he's stretching.
He was definitely under the influence of something. I don't even know if it necessarily was alcohol. He just seemed a little weird. Maybe he was a little high on something. I don't know. But the stretching thing was weird. He said, I don't have much to add that everybody else said, or has on the internet, but you said something, Ryan, that kind of like struck me, and something I've thought about over the last couple of days is like, do you think she knew who he was? It feels like she did. And like you said, kind of on a mission to like, oh, I'm going to go the extra way because I'm fuck football or fuck Tony Romo or something to that. She seemed like she definitely knew who he was. I mean, it's got to be hard to not know who Tony Romo is in Dallas, right?
I think kind of pretty much most places now. I think he's pretty well known. He was kind of a celebrity even beyond football when he was dating Jessica Simpson, right? He broke into kind of like pop culture. And now that he's a broadcaster and he's always on the big games with Nance, I mean, I think even some non-football folks, would know who he is. So yeah, I think she knew who he was. It is just, I mean, it's just so bad. And you get him back into that, area to do the test. It was obvious what was happening. And, it was a shame.
I think he was actually, Louis, to your point about he was on something. I just think you've been drinking delicious wine for so long now that you forget that that's just a Mick Ultra hot, like drunk. That's just.
I again, even drunk, if he was drunk, he handled it, I think, about as good as he could. I mean, I'm not going to argue the lawyer on the podcast, but I don't know if you should be able to call somebody. I mean, after you get arrested,
it's in the middle of an investigation. She's right in that she was technically at that point, already conducting an investigation to determine whether it's an probable cause for OWI. So,
as somebody who has watched My Cousin Vinny over 15 times, I'm going to tell you, I think you're allowed to call, but it's after you get in the slammer.
It's funny you say that though, because My Cousin Vinny is definitely like the best of the legal movies. I think like closest to the real, thing if there ever was one for a movie. So
It's My Cousin Vinny, number 1, number 2, To Kill a Mockingbird. I feel
Oh, yeah.
like that's
Sure.
I feel like that's the top 2 for sure.
Not even an Aaron Brockovich.
Number 3, but that's because she's a woman.
What if it was like Aaron, like Aaron, and I was like, no, actually, it's Aaron Rodgers remake. And then, so if you love that stuff, everyone, next week we will talk about. You guys are hearing it first. The ESPN NFL draft analyst Matt Miller's crazy lawsuit going on. That one is bonkers. So get used to that one, guys.
In the fantasy scene, he's well known for ripping people off for so like there's a lot of shitty. I've never want to like wish bad on anybody, but there is a lot coming out about him. So.
Oh yeah, in a car accident that he's lying about. It's crazy. So last week we went a little bit too hard on Louis. I'm sorry, I went too hard on Louis with some questions. So we're gonna get into fantasy football, but just if anyone was listening last week, and wondering about the interrogation, that was intentionally supposed to be him not being able to answer any question. It was so impossible. So Louis, what year did the Pan Am Expo in Buffalo happen?
1901.
There you go. Okay, so all right, guys, now we're going to go into football. But before we do, I'm going to read a little something first, aren't I? I am going to tell you guys about a great brand that we should all love, and it's Valid Dad, which is a brand created to empower fathers and reflect the values of strength, commitment, and authenticity. They exist to highlight the importance of active fatherhood and celebrate the men who show up for their families day in and day out. Through their designs, they honor real fatherhood and inspire the next generation to lead with purpose, strength, and pride. Stay valid. And don't forget, it's almost Christmas time, where you can get your Feliz Valid Dad hat, right? Right?
Yes, that's so good.
Please mention you can go to validdad.com, use promo code Not Your Uncle for 10% off. That's validdad.com, Not Your Uncle for 10% off.
You could have made that my open. You could have made that my little contribution. The Feliz Valid Dad.
It will be in next week. So don't worry about it. But go ahead.
Ryan, when's your birthday? It was July. It just passed. It was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yep.
No, I said it to you. I said it to you on like July 5th. I was like, "What's up, buddy?" That's what we do on this podcast. Louis gets a happy birthday from all of us at like January 20th, like 3 weeks after, and then you get it 2 weeks. And then I tell you when it's my birthday, like, "Hey guys, it's my birthday. I'm on the pod." Okay, so let's talk fantasy.
Before we go in fantasy categories, I didn't want to get past everything and nothing without mentioning this. And you just spoke that ad so well. It reminded me of your accolades. We gotta give you credit. Ellie Brady, best comedian in Buffalo, New York last week. Wins the award. Where's the award? I know you have it on the fridge. Go get it.
No, it's actually in my bathroom because I think it's funny there. It's in my bathroom.
Toilet.
It's right. It's like leaning. It's because that's why I think it's. But yes, I won Buffalo Spree's West New York Best of 2026. I haven't posted it on the Instagram because comics are really good at just being like, "Oh, she's stupid and she's not funny and she doesn't go out to open mic." So I'm being a little like, I'm trying to build up my self-esteem before I post it. So it went on America's least favorite social media, LinkedIn, today. So
oh, nice. Oh man, now have you just gotten like the worst comments to that? Like, it's like congratulations on your wonderful achievement, and it's just like the most generic responses ever. Like, LinkedIn, just shoot that thing into the sun. I mean, it's the worst.
I'm trying to figure out who the daily posters of LinkedIn are. Like, those are the people that like you rather sit in your car and eat your lunch by yourself than like have free food with them. Like, they're just usually the worst. LinkedIn folks are not good. And then the soliciting. I want to like say, please don't solicit me. Like, don't tell me about your market exposure. I don't care. Yeah, LinkedIn people, gross.
Yeah. If you prefer to have a meeting for something that could be an email, you probably like LinkedIn. I think that's a good Venn diagram.
And then if you clap back on LinkedIn, like, oh, that should be our new thing. Let's be LinkedIn bullies. Let's just be like, meh. Ugh.
And I'm gonna after this show, I'm gonna Google what LinkedIn is, and I'll get back to you guys.
You 4.0 son of a bitch. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to talk about fantasy football, which is approaching very soon. We have, I know I'm going to the Bills practice game, the red and blue game next week. So we are in it. We are in football. Very exciting. We do have just a new free agent. Is our New Orleans player. Is it Hill who's not coming back?
Oh, yeah, Taysom Hill just retired.
Taysom Hill is not coming back. He's a free agent, and we also got we have a couple exciting things which might affect some of you, or how sad is it when it has no effect on your fantasy football team? So anyway, there's that. But let's get into fantasy categories. I'm going to give you a category, and you're gonna give me what you're thinking about it. Okay. So first up, I'm going to give you, that's how we do it. Funniest comedian in Western New York. Here I go. There's Ryan's dog. Okay. All right, guys. The category is an item you take on a trip. Which football player would you say is an item you take on the trip, and what is that?
So I'm going to cheat and go first here, and the reason why I'm cheating is we are basing this off of the 2 articles I wrote on Blitz Media. I've started to do that each week because what that does is help me with podcast prep, cuts it down, gives Ryan some stuff to answer. But you can go now. I would love to think the thousands by thousands are going and reading my articles, but if they're not, I can share it here to the other thousands of people watching the show. So I did our fun game that we do on this podcast in this article, and one of the categories was items you take on a trip, and the guy for me that worked out that I want to do was Kenneth Gainwell, and Kenneth Gainwell for that, because what I used for that was hiking shoes. And let me kind of go into this a little bit, because hiking shoes, sometimes you don't need them, right? You throw, especially if you're going on a road trip. I just did this 2 weeks ago. I went, I actually forgot my hiking shoes, but whatever. You go and you throw the hiking shoes in the bag, thinking, hey, maybe on Sunday, right? You're going on a weekend trip, nice little hiking town. Maybe on Sunday we'll go for a nice hike, and then Saturday you go out, you get fucked up. And the hike never happens on Sunday, and you never touch the hiking boots. Hiking boots stay in the bag. They come home. You're like, I don't even know why I fucking brought those. I don't know if I'll need Kenneth Gainwell this year, like those hiking boots. But if I do, if I went on that hike on Sunday morning and need him, I think he can be clutch. I think it'd be, oh my God, I can't believe I got these hiking shoes / Kenneth Gainwell. I think he can have some spike weeks. I do think he is. I don't know how much, and I wrote in the article, I don't know how much is his role would change in a Bucky Irving injury. I think it would keep pretty close to the same, and Sean Tucker would be that guy. But for the same reason, I think Sean Tucker and Kenneth Gainwell both work on this fade Bucky by those guys.
I think you have the right logic here on what Kenneth Gainwell is, but it's not. I mean, hiking boots, shoes, which okay, I guess fine, but you kind of know if you're going to go hiking or not. I just think that the extra pairs of underwear,
not if you're me,
like the 4 extra Kenny Gainwell is the 4 extra pairs of underwear that you always bring. You're like, there's no way in hell I'm going to need 4 more pairs. I'm only there for 2 days. Okay. But you're happy to have them in case, right? Just you got, what's the worst thing? You bring them back home. You wear them when you get back. It's
you eat some
great.
Taco
So,
Bell, you need 2 of them. You know, you need to,
well, nobody's eating Taco Bell these days, hopefully, with that parasite going around. But I
I gotta get my
just
winter body, so I'm in.
I just yes, no, what 4 pairs of boxers, right? Underwear? What
I
do you
like
want?
that. I like
Yeah.
that. That's
All
a
right.
good one. That's a good one. I think it's in the same realm of
It
what
is.
I
It's
said about
literally the
Keith
same
Sagan.
logic. Is we agree on the player type. 100%.
Okay.
That is what Kenny Gainwell is. Honestly, he's kind of almost like a surprise box to me too. It's like what are you going to get? Are you going to get the Aaron Rodgers check down, cheat code from last year because that's kind of what he was, or are we going to get Bucky Irving is really not that good and hasn't been that good other than a really small sample during his rookie year, and he's going to take a bigger workload. So.
Yeah. All right, Louis, and your lovely article from Blitz Media. Did you also have a stand-up comedian
For Joe Burrow, and
Joe
we'll do Joe
Burrow?
Burrow.
Yeah,
So Joe
for
Burrow and stand-up comedian. I went with John Mulaney, and I kind of had a fun reasoning around it. Is that when Mulaney was healthy, and maybe it's a different type of health than Joe Burrow. He was the best, to me. He was top tier. And when he was a little unhealthy or not there, he either went away or was a different type of comedian. I think Burrow is going to be. This is his legit. He went through his rehab physically last year. I think that team. See, Shamar Stewart went out with possible a bad knee injury today at training camp, so he might be out for the year. But I think that team is going to be good. It maybe not the defense, but I think that offense really clicks if he stays healthy. Burrow's probably Dynasty quarterback 2 for me right now. And I really think that if anybody feels like he's behind that, I kind of want to make that trade.
Damn it. Every time you say something like this, I think about how few leagues I'm in with you, number one. And then I think of how few leagues I'm in with you that I have a player that you want so badly that you would wrongly rate him as the QB2 in Dynasty over guys like Drake May, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, guys with more rushing upside. I'm not trying to win the game by getting, touchdown outlier seasons I'm not there on Burrow. I think he's more like 6 to 10 range, but I'll say for the comedian, and don't exactly know who this guy is, but I mean, I've seen him a little bit. The Nate Bargatze guy or whatever.
Big dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, like Burrow to me, he's very deadpan, right? He's kind of just like it's Joe Cool, right? He's got like 6,000 nicknames, but that's what he is. He's kind of just like very stoic, and so I don't know. Maybe that kind of style fits him. I don't know. I also thought of like Pete Davidson as well, like just kind of like like a big dummy up there. But I don't know. I haven't really heard him talk. He sounds like smart. I can't get a read on Burrow.
If I can, if Louis and I could translate what you just said for any people who are into comedy, it's basically walking into an open mic and seeing people that look normal, and then they go on stage and you're like, what just happened? And then you're like, get me out of here. Right? Like it's just, or just underwhelmed a little bit, right? A little, je ne sais quoi.
I'm surprised you're feeling like that about Burrow. I think if he stays healthy, he's the second best quarterback in the league.
Joe Cool is Snoopy, right? Like that's. I don't even know what he's doing. Okay, so next question is 5 biggest values in Dynasty startups. What do you got?
Yes.
Louis, you want to go?
So, yeah, I'll go real quick. And again, this you can read all my reasons why, and I'll kind of go through them quickly and let Ryan answer. But mine are Trevor Lawrence, ETN, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kincaid, and then I cheated for my last one in the article, and I kind of picked all all the mid-round rookie wide receivers, and that's like it's from like Zachariah Branch, even Chris Bell, that that whole tier of guys. I think maybe even David Boston was in it. I think David Boston's right above it. But
Denzel.
that what's that?
Denzel.
Dude, I keep calling him David the
Mhm.
whole time. But it's that tier of like just mid-range Brazils in there, Malachi Fields. And the reason why I'll only talk about them and not the other four. The reason why I picked them to put in this thing is that my target in any startup right now would be get as many of those guys as you could in those late rounds, because no one really loves them. They were second or third round guys. You could probably get them in the 12th, 13th round of startups. Pick 2 or 3 of them. There's a good chance that one of them is going to hit. Like one of those guys is going to hit really well. A couple of them are probably going to be pretty good. And I think the majority of them, to be honest, are going to be bust. But I think it's worth the risk to try to find which one of those guys hits. I really don't have like a favorite. I think Zachariah Branch has the best opportunity. I don't love his profile. But yeah, I just think that those guys are worth taking the picks, especially if you build your team strong with some veteran presence in like the first 10 rounds. Just crush that group of wide receivers and hope one of them lands on the moon.
Just hope, everyone. Big advice. Just hope.
Just hope.
Ryan, what do you have?
They are sleepers for a reason. I get it. So QB 15 right now is Jordan Love, going pick 53 in startup ADP. I mean, he's going after Prescott. I don't agree with that. He's going 18, a round and a half, 18 picks after Bo Nix. He's going 26 picks after Jalen Hurts, who might not be, he might not be starting for the Eagles or for anybody. I'll probably be starting for somebody next year. But I'm a bigger believer in Love and what they did this offseason. I think it's signaling pass and more around Jordan Love. And I mean, if he can't hold up, we'll see. But I'm betting into him this year, buying into him this year. My tight end is Eli Stowers. I mean, he's going at pick 116. He's tight end 15 right now. He's going behind Jake Ferguson, Isaiah Likely, and yes, your boy Dalton Kincaid, who again I would take Stowers over Kincaid right now. Gadsden, I'm
crazy. That is insane crazy. I'm sorry. Sometimes you say things, I just let you go and finish. That is crazy. You would take Stowers over Kincaid?
Well, yeah. So, first of all, in startup ADP, he's only going 3. He's tight on 12 right now, Kincaid. So he's not very far.
12 and 13 there.
12 and 15. 12 to 15. Yeah, that's is the difference right now. I mean, listen, I think you're just kind of blind to this like draft pick. What has Kincaid done on the field? And enough of a sustained sample to suggest that he's elite. He's not.
When healthy, last year he was number 1 in receptions per target. Number 1. I mean that his analytical numbers are insane. They're so good. Again, you want to talk about health? I will give you health all day. But you cannot, you just can't say that the production hasn't been there when he's been healthy. He hasn't even got the opportunity at a lot of targets, and that's coaching. But when he has gotten targets, like
how many more excuses are we going to make for this guy? He had 73 catches his rookie season. Then he followed that up with a nice 44 burger, and then he went back down to 39. The guy has had 114 at most. He's had 114 half PPR points, and that's with 2 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns last year. I mean, I'm just not a believer in this guy. Enough with Dalton Kincaid. Give it up.
That's crazy.
But again, if we're in a league, I wish I had him. I just send him right off along with Gadsden. I'm not a believer in him. Travis Hunter, wide receiver 51. Another one we're going to fight about. There is no way in hell there are 50 better picks than Travis Hunter at receiver. There is no way he should be going at pick 128. And then a pair of running backs in this range. There's like a bunch of them right between like 120 and like 150 that I really like. Running back 31, Blake Corum. We will probably agree on that. He's easily a smash at that. I mean, Kyron's definitely coming up towards the end. And then Woody Marks. I know I'm not dying into this like, David Montgomery is going to be a 1B type thing, but he's still a good pick at pick 148 and running back 42. So at least we'll agree on those.
Yeah, I like both those for sure.
I know you guys always say I never listen to you, but just to clarify, Ryan, you like Kincaid.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
Can I just real quick, just on the Kincaid thing, one more time? Just
please.
Led all qualified tight ends with 14.6 yards per reception in 2025. Also first in yards per route run with 2.77. The numbers are there. Like, and you used to love this dude. You call him delicious. Like, I just don't get I don't get how the guy that you loved produces at the rate better than anybody in the league. And now you hate him. And if it's injuries, it's fine, because that's what's derailed him for sure. Coaching a little bit, but definitely injuries.
Yeah, I don't see it. And maybe I just don't. It's like, you can tell me all you want. I just don't see it with him. I don't see him as a difference, making. I just he's soft to me. He's if anything, he's just benefiting from playing with Josh Allen. And if he didn't, he would be talked about like he's Brenton Strange. So
here's my question then for you. Well, both of you. So if let's say I get Kincaid on my team, and I have to have him. Okay. How long am I? Well, this is tough because you're going to say week 1, but how long should I keep him on my team? How long would you keep him on your team to really give him a chance? Is it week 5? Is it week 3? Before you get
Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm obviously being a bit, I'm overstating it a bit, because I'll, in best ball and stuff, I'll still take my stabs at him if I'm trying to stack with Josh, but you give him a couple weeks. Yeah, of course. If you're going to draft him in redraft, you're hoping that he can become the second, target. And maybe he already is the second target in the Bills offense this year. I just don't think he's going to be able to sustain volume. He hasn't shown that. And he also has a kind of a shitty, catch percentage based on the volume of targets that he's gotten. He doesn't really have a high, so I just don't see it with him. And we'll see. I guess the numbers will bear it out this year, or he'll get injured again. We'll find out.
Louis and I are both happy to go against you on this statement, but I think it's very edgy statement there you got. Let's hope you're wrong. For the sake of my and Western New York's sanity, we hope you're wrong. Okay, so let's go into the AFC West preview. Now, we've been going through all of the divisions. This week is the West. Now, gentlemen, we're going to start with the Chiefs, okay? Ryan, you're going to be the first one up on this question. Both please answer, though. So, with the Chiefs, Travis Kelce has never been outside of the top 10 in tight end scoring his whole career, and only 3 times was outside of the top 5. His ADP this year has him lined up exactly at tight end number 10. Does he continue the streak? Ryan, what do you got?
I love this question. And I love kind of thinking just macro, like where the player is going and where do you really reasonably project them to go next year? I'm going to say the answer to this question is yes. I don't think there are enough good tight ends in this league. Obviously I don't, because Kincaid's not one of them, to keep Kelce out of the top 10. That's the point, right? There have to be 9 or 10 other guys that then keep him out of there. I think he's going to be enough of a presence in the Chiefs offense. I mean, especially when you're hearing about all the trust Patrick Mahomes have with somebody or something called Cyrus Allen. So, yes, Kelce is still going to be a part of this offense, and I still think he's going to be a top 10.
Okay.
I tend to agree here. I just think it's not so much a thing for Kelce as much as it's just it's hard because there's 8 that I would say are definitely going to be better than him. So I think he's like going to be right there. But I mean, you can't Bowers, McBride, Loveland, Warren, Fannin, Kraft, Pitts, Laporta. I would say those 8 are good bets if they stay healthy. But then after that, like, you know, you got Kincaid, you got Gadsden, Andrews, you know, that you got those guys. I think Kelsey ends up staying in the top 10. And especially because there's really nobody else there. I have, well, I'll talk about Rashee Rice later, but I just don't, I think he's going to be Mahomes' like kind of favorite target as always. And there's going to be that little bit of like, this is the last hurrah type of thing where I think that they force it into him a little bit.
Ryan, where are you ranking Kincaid?
I would put him right now at like tight end. I mean, I don't want to guess. Let me actually give you a real number.
He's like tight end 7. That guy sucks. You're like, no, that's actually really good.
No, I'll give you. So right now he's going at tight end 12 in underdog ADP. I think he should be going closer to like tight end 18.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of other guys that I would have. Like I would have Hunter Henry ahead of him pretty easily. I might even have Jawan Johnson ahead of him. Probably, maybe. Yeah, I probably would.
That's, oh God, I can't.
Is that controversial?
A guy that has that had 889 yards and 3 touchdowns last year and 77 catches, which if you added up Kincaid's 3 seasons, he almost hasn't gotten to. So
I haven't had a meltdown on this podcast in so long. And I'm about
dude, Kincaid is not a great pick at tight end 12, unless you're stacking him with Josh and you're betting on the fact that it is most likely for what? I can't believe you're that upset about this. I mean, I'm
so upset about this.
You were smashing. Hold on, you were smashing Shakir the year that he was supposed to be the he was going at like pick 65. I know this is later than that, but I can't understand where the hype is coming from on a player that's never done it. He's never done it.
Wait, I just told you the numbers. He was number 1 in 2 things. Those are things that when you throw him the ball, production happens. He's been hurt, so he hasn't been on the field, and they haven't thrown him the ball. But when they throw him the ball, production's there. And I want to believe that Brady is smarter than McDermott was.
This is what happens when This is just what happens when we get away from the season and we start looking at numbers without context. Because you want to hear what he did last year in the regular season. Here were his top games and points. He had one game, 14.8 points. Then he had 7.7, 17.6, 9.8, 16.8. Then a 3.3, 22, and a 5. So he's all over the place. He's gotten games where he's gotten 3 targets, 1 reception, 3 targets, 2 receptions, 1 target, 0 receptions. Like he is a hot and cold player. He is not going to be an integral part of this offense. He's never been shown to be, and he's being drafted like he's going to obviously be the second target in this offense. Look at his game log. His game log is ass. There's like a couple of spikes. It's not good. I couldn't be more upset about this, but I mean, I just like, it just doesn't, I don't see where the evidence is that he's a good player other than, okay, yeah, if you want to isolate it and say, well, in scenarios where his offensive coordinator is deciding to use him and he's being targeted, then in those situations, he catches it.
When he gets the chance to be good, he's good. That's what you want me to use?
No, but that's not enough of a sample size to be able to tell. Like he doesn't have if you want to look at those isolated numbers, I'd rather look at the game logs. Like he doesn't have the game logs that are going to show you the spike weeks. He's starting 4 weeks for you last year. And the year before that, he's probably starting 1 or 2.
Where do you think he finished last year in a horrible year that you thought?
What do you mean? Like what finish as a tight end? Probably I'm guessing like a back end tight end too, like 20, like somewhere around.
He was tight end 15 last year in a horrible year.
In what scoring? In what scoring?
In PPR scoring.
No, it's not true.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now.
He's tight end 20 in PPR scoring.
He is not. I'm looking at it right now.
Tight end scoring last year, PPR 20, ranked 20.
He is. I'm telling you right now, he's 15th.
How about if Kincaid has a great season
and he played 12 games and he was 15th?
Because he cannot play more than 12 games.
And that might be true, and that could be your knock on him. But it's
more to it. There's more to it. man.
All right,
I
we got to
just
get through the.
How-
We got
how about this, though?
This
How
is
about-
the AFC West preview. And we're talking about Dalton Kincaid for the whole.
But
thing.
how about if Dalton Kincaid has a great season? Ryan, you have to get a Kincaid Buffalo Bills Nickel City jersey, and then Louis, if and you have to wear it, and then if he has a terrible season, Louis, you have to get like a Beasley jersey in the Nickel City jersey for no reason, and just wear
I'll
that.
do if
You have to get that
but
on
he's
the-
got to be the tight end 1 overall because fuck this
No,
guy. I'm
no,
not
no,
buying
no.
his jersey,
He's
and I'm
not
certainly
gonna
not
be a
buying that
tight
gray
one.
jersey. And listen, I mean, 6 catches is his high last year in a game, 108 yards
And that was
once.
still good enough for tight end 15 with 12.
Yeah.
Because okay, if your point is that all the other tight ends are ass too, that doesn't help because it doesn't matter what they do.
I mean, it is when you're drafting at a position, but also he's not that person. I mean, he's 2 years removed from a great year.
You also don't have to take tight end in that range. You can just take another position because you don't have to take Kincaid. I just don't get it with him. And it's coming from a guy who's taking him, but it's only when I have Josh. That's it.
All right,
Interesting.
let's move on, Allie. Let's
and I
agree
love
to
that,
disagree.
All of that because of Travis Kelce is going to hit the number 10 spot. There you
I'm just
go.
mad about him and Taylor.
No, good for that. They're good. Okay, so Chargers. Who does Mike McDaniels hire as the offensive coordinator to help the most?
Go ahead,
Ryan, you want
Ryan.
to take that? Look
You
at
wanna
him.
fucking say Dalton Kincaid, you asshole.
I can't believe I've gone
I'm
full
mad.
heel.
Like I'm literally mad. I have had a day where I've had to bite my tongue. 17. My mom visited. My girlfriend's cleaning my whole house. I've had to bite my tongue a lot, and now I'm mad right now.
The last thing you
cannot bite
needed
my tongue about this. You're dumb.
was a Dalton
So
Kincaid
dumb.
spar.
Dumb.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm like a good mad. I like being mad about this stuff because it means one of us is going to be right or we'll both be like half wrong, which is more likely. So
we have definitely been butting heads this offseason. Go ahead.
it is. It has been the first time. All right. This one, I'm going to say it's Justin Herbert. So you saw what McDaniel did for Tua. He's a much lesser quarterback. And I know, you know how much Louis loves efficiency. Tua was a very efficient quarterback, and I do expect Herbert to be very efficient next year too. So yeah, I think it's going to be Herbert. Sneaky.
I kind of like that. I think the easy answer is to say Ladd, and then Hampton's fun and Keaton Mitchell's a fun sleeper. I think the answer is Herbert. I think you want to talk about my love for Burrow. I think Herbert's right behind there under McDaniels. Like I think he's my QB3.
All right, in 30 seconds, I'm going to give you the Raiders. How many games will Fernando Mendoza start this season? Louis.
4. I think Cousins keeps the job for most of the year, and Mendoza plays once they fall out of the playoff race in the last month.
All right. In the last 20 years, Louis, how many quarterbacks do you think who were drafted first overall started less than 10 games?
1.
Good. 2 actually. One was Jamarcus Russell, who started 1 game in 2007 because he was ass. But then in 2016, Jared Goff only started 7 games because for some reason the Rams were starting Case Keenum for 9 games. So you're either saying Mendoza is ass or Kirk Cousins is Case Keenum, which actually could be kind of true.
Yeah,
but I don't think the Rams are the Raiders. The Rams
Here's
are the
my
Raiders.
thing: is I'm almost certain that they're going to start with Cousins, and I wonder if Cousins isn't good enough to keep them in the hunt for a while. That's your bet.
It's more on Cousins and not on Mendoza.
A little bit, yeah. It's definitely not a Mendoza thing. I just think all the signs are that they're showing that, and that I think he's good enough to keep them in the hunt for a while, and then they might switch at the end of the year if they're out. Sorry, that wasn't 30 seconds. Go ahead, Ellie.
All right, now 25 seconds. We'll do the Broncos. Who is the biggest current value in the Broncos offense? Ryan.
I know.
I'll go Jonah Coleman.
Yeah,
I mean, you probably knew that was coming. I'm huge into Coleman. He's my most drafted player in best ball. I think Dobbins is soon to be toast, and they were trying to replace him with somebody, and with Harvey's performance last year. So
I think Waddle's too cheap. Still, I think he's too cheap. And then, Jolly's free in a lot of drafts, and I just wonder if he's not going to do something here soon.
Good answers.
All right, and then this, because we are on a very tight time, you're just going to give the player real response. You're going to give me the redraft sleeper, redraft bust, dynasty sleeper, dynasty bust. Let's go, Louie.
All right. Redraft sleeper, Jalen Naylor. I've talked about him a lot on the podcast. Redraft bust, Rashee Rice. I mentioned him earlier about somebody that I don't think Rice is going to be horrible. I think he's just going too early. And then Dynasty sleeper, Justin Jolly. Just mentioned him. Dynasty bust, Bo Nix. I just don't believe in the player. And I think he's coming off of a pretty good year where I don't think he's going to be the guy that's throwing the most in the league another year in a row.
Redraft sleeper, Jonah Coleman. Redraft bust, Jalen Naylor. If Dalton Kincaid was a wide receiver, he would be Jalen Naylor. Dynasty sleeper, Mike Washington Jr. I just think nobody's giving him like a chance because he was like that workout darling and then got overdrafted, but he's still the RB2 behind a Genty and what should be a better offensive line. And then Dynasty bust is Gadsden. I don't see it with him.
So I get scared.
All right. I'm glad we made it through that very heavy podcast. You know what? Next week, maybe we'll do the biggest controversies in the world or something. So we're going to do a TV theme song draft. I think that's just because we love television, right, Louie?
Yeah, it is. You said we've done it before. If any listener wants to reach out to us and tell us we did it before, because I don't remember, none of us remember. If you tell us the episode, I'll go back and listen. As soon as I confirm, you could be in the next draft. So I don't think we did this before, but whatever. And even if we did, there's so many good ones that I feel like we can do a couple of drafts of this. But here we go. Actually, the number 1 is going to be Allie. I'm number 2. Ryan, you're number 3. So Allie, the number 1 pick.
Okay. There's an obvious one that I picked on the last time we did this, but because I don't want this stolen, I'm going to go with The Sopranos.
Sopranos. So you think we did? We did. It sounds like we did this before.
Yes, because I know what my first draft pick was, and
so it was Sopranos. Okay, and that's great. Sopranos is good and on my list. I think one that I would be scared of being stolen is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Obviously needs to be on this list, so I will go 1-2 Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Office theme. It's a very classic, but it's kind of annoying and isn't aging extremely well, but I'll still take it here. It's the 3rd overall pick, not the first pick. So and then I'm gonna go with one that's not likely to be stolen, but it's one of my personal favorites, White Lotus season 1. That theme song is a banger. And I mean, I would still listen to that. Like, I mean, might just like get you ready for sleep or something. Like, it's a good song. I'd definitely listen to that.
Fantastic.
No, that's good. I like that a lot. That makes up for your really horrible first pick. Cheers has to be on this. For a show in the 80s and early 90s, you could sing that. And I wonder if 20-year-olds couldn't finish that song right now. Like, I feel like that's a song that just has transferred over time. So Cheers with my second pick.
I thought you were going to say something about trans allyship, and I was like, "Oh, yay!" And then transcended.
It's just like
transcended. Okay, so namesake. This is my would be my number 1. The last draft we did of this, The Brady Bunch. It's my namesake. It's a great TV show. 2 families, 1 bathroom. How do they survive? But that's a classic song. My 3rd pick is an amazing theme song because there's no words, but everyone who was around in the 90s, early 2000s knows and can hum it, and it's the X-Files.
I hate it. I hate that one, kind of. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. But I will say this: I do know it, and I wasn't an X-Files fan, so I think I'm a little bit of a hater. But I don't know; it's kind of dumb. I hate sci-fi.
Like busy smoking cigarettes, and
I just sci-fi is dumb. Sci-fi is so.
He was like having girlfriends, and I was like, well, I don't. Fuck.
You were already prepared for Friday nights with Dateline.
I ran home to watch the Rosie O'Donnell show. I was like,
I don't know if you guys know this at all about me, but my dad's dead. And I don't know if you've ever heard this, but he is. And I'm going to give a little ode to him here. When I lived in the apartment next to him, he owned it, and he would, whenever I was hungover and he knew I was hungover, he would come over, open up the door, let himself in, and start singing "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood." And it was like he thought it was the funniest thing in the world. He'd come over at 6 a.m. with a cup of coffee while I was hungover. But it's probably one of my upcoming tattoos, to be perfectly honest. So it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I will use here.
Wait, what TV show is that from, Louis?
Mr. Rogers. What's all with this quizzing shit? What do you?
You know it.
I come in here with I came in here bragging about a 4.0, and ever since you've been trying to make me look stupid.
Louis, we are a PBS podcast, as we all know. So,
oh yes, we are. We're
there we go. So, a little shout out to Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
So good,
guys. It looks like I get to be on the next podcast, because it looks like, based on my notes, we did this on August 21st of 2024. I have my list here, and it is far different from what it is now.
I'm going back and listen to that. You send me that date later so I can listen.
Who's to say you don't change? But all right, my next pick is going to be Sesame Street's theme song. I'm not really listening to it anymore, but like, who doesn't like that? I mean, geez, get the hell out of here if you don't like that. And then last pick is going to be another throwback, like nostalgia pick, but not because I watched the show, but this was like, if I ever was like staying up too late and I had to like go down and tell like my parents I had a stomach ache, they were watching the X-Files. So you'd hear like that eerie, that like, that was very compelling. So I'm gonna go with the X-Files here.
Wait, I already remember. I said that my last pick.
You did?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, big Kincaid guy.
Did you really not hear it?
I did not hear that.
You can take X-Files. I'll switch out to a different one.
I cannot believe I got sniped on X-Files.
He has to switch to something else. He does.
I do have to switch. Absolutely do.
And Louis said that he didn't remember. He like hates it, and I was like, because he's busy smoking cigarettes and like doing drugs and having a girlfriend.
I think I was so fascinated that I found my other list that I was just reading through it. So yes, I might have. I got to go back and listen. Watch the tape. I'm gonna go with Curb Your Enthusiasm then. Everyone knows the Curb tune, so
that's good. My last pick will be again. I have a few good ones. It's gonna be another ode to a family member. This time will be my daughter. I'm gonna go with the Addams Family. She absolutely loves that song, and she sings it, and it's kind of crazy that that's a 1960s television show, and my 5-year-old daughter in 2026 loves the song. That speaks volumes about her. She's a little weird and creepy, but it's crazy. Any song that has lasted 80 no, that's not math. 60 years. I'm like, nope, that's not the right math. Is pretty incredible. So I will go with Addams Family here.
That's very sweet, and I love that she's a little gothic girl. A very healthy relationship too, those two. While I have like 3 still on my list, I'm gonna go with another lovely PBS show, and one that has been rebooted and is produced here in Buffalo, New York, and was originally also created in Buffalo, New York, and it is Reading Rainbow.
I think you did that last time, maybe, but that's a good one. I like that a lot. I was hoping you were going there. Real quick, give the 2 that I know we only got a minute. Give the 2 that you wanted to say.
I have Arrested Development, and then The Great Wonder shows in from MTV in 2006. This is Chauncey, who is a main character. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a fantastically inappropriate, amazing, funny, brilliant show. It's called Wonder Shows, and it was an MTV show, 2006. And then Reading Rainbow. Friends.
Friends needs to be on this list. I kind of felt like someone else would. I wanted to. I think that belongs there. Golden Girls and Growing Pains were the 2 left on my list that I really wanted to get in.
Wonder Years.
Yeah, Wonder Years is another one. Weeds. Weeds is the most modern one I want.
Little Houses.
Little Houses, I thought.
It's a good one too.
So good. I think the winner of this one was X-Files, as it was picked.
It's picked twice.
It was so good.
We always make fun of Allie for not listening to us. And
Yeah.
Ryan,
Listen,
New nails, everyone. Look at that. New nail polish color. So Louis, I think that means you need to start watching X-Files because
you better thank Dalton Kincaid for your nails. So
thank you everyone for listening. And very, very controversial episode today. And if you're listening, Dalton Kincaid, yeah, well, we're a big fan. So see you soon. Thanks everyone. Have a good night.